Welcome to 191. Genius, take the wheel. Let's go Equal Pro. I don't know why people are like so addicted to just stepping out in the middle of the street when they don't have the light. That's really annoying. This woman steps out into the street in front of my car with her kid, who's probably like 5 or 6 years old. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Yeah, just step out in the street with your kid in front of cars. Why are you doing that? Anyway, it is a cloudy, but let's call it a temperate morning here in New York, New York. And I made it to my leg day today. I was a little bit in between today. But I made it. And ever since I did the squat deadlift combo back to back, I was worried about getting sick because I didn't really feel all that great on Sunday night. So I was like, well, let me not mess around. Let me not train on Monday. So I didn't do any upper body on Sunday, and I did nothing on Monday. And I feel pretty good, so I got up today. Hey, Traditionalist is here, man. Thanks. It's good to see you, buddy. It's better to stream and get more than 0 views. I don't know. You know, it's a dead time, I guess, for this channel. Maybe my channel's dead. I don't know. But I'm going to continue to keep trying to bring something to these airwaves. I'm going to continue to keep speaking my mind and hopefully helping people or giving people a different perspective. But yeah, it's nice to have you here, Stad. Nice to have you here. So yeah, he said never skip upper body day. Yeah. So, you know, I did get sick about a week and a half ago from overtraining, so I've had to be a little bit more careful. So, you know, I did that heavy, wow, I'm still sweating. I did that heavy squat deadlift combination, which I was very proud of, but didn't feel so hot after. So I rested the rest of Sunday and all of Monday. And today I was like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hit this leg press, and I really want to see what, you know, I'll be able to do here, you know. And I'm very happy with how everything went, because I made it to I got on the leg press machine. I knew that I had an assignment that I wanted to achieve, You know, the last time out, I did 5 sets of 5 at 455 pounds on the leg press. And I, went in today thinking, well, the next thing up is 495, 5 plates. That's what I'm hoping for. Let me get to those 5 plates, and so the autopsy on today was I warmed up 1 set of 10 at 135, 1 set of 10 at 225, 1 set of 5 at 315, 1 set of 5 at 405. And it was really funny when I actually got up and left the house to go to the car and was walking to the car. I felt some discomfort in my left quad tendon. It was just a little sparky, just like, uh-oh. I didn't feel very confident, especially since, the garage is kind of like an undergroundish type of garage. So, walking, steeply downhill was not, it was kind of, nerve-wracking. And, going through my warm-up, I was like, wow, I feel pretty good. But I'm guessing it was sort of a positive for me to get that warning from my brain about my quad. It was almost like my brain knew that I was going to go give my quad some stress, so it wanted to remind me, hey, you're still rehabbing this injury. Don't get too crazy, And I wanted to honor that, obviously. And so I when I went through the 225, I just basically focused on squeezing the left quad where I was supposed to squeeze it, and then I got to that set of 5 at 315. That felt very stable. It felt very smooth. I really started to feel the resistance at 405. And then, 495, obviously there's a lot of fear there, but I knew I was only doing 3 repetitions. And I took a deep breath in, started going through the eccentric phase, feeling the stretch, got all the way to the bottom, and then I just squeezed the left quad. Obviously I'm squeezing the right one too, but I'm focusing on the left quad so I don't put that stress in the wrong place. And the first set went good, and the second set went good, and the third set went good. And I'm like, yes. Another notch on my belt when it comes to this recovery phase of, trying to get to back where I was, but I guess in a more safe and controlled manner, perhaps. And I feel like I'm there, or, like I'm not that far off. In fact, I'm deadlifting heavier than I was before I got hurt. I'm now squatting on the barbell back squat. I'm now squatting the same weight I was before I got hurt. My hack squat is near, where I was before. I did the hack squat last week at 275, 3x3. And I'll be doing, 4 or 5 sets of that are coming soon. Oh, we can catch this light. We can catch this light.
I'm sorry.
We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Oh.
Go ahead.
I'll be doing, 4 or 5 sets of that. Feedback. Coming soon. We can catch this light.
Sorry.
We can do it. Okay, so could you kindly hit the like button for Dr. Evil Genius, please?
What if I say no?
My channel's gonna stay dead and all your editing efforts will be for nothing. All right, so getting back to, close to where I was before I got hurt and having my legs get steadily stronger and more stable, it just feels really good, I did not really pay a heavy penalty for basically gritting through reps 10 through 12 on the deadlift on Sunday. And so I feel pretty good about that. My energy systems are okay. So I'm gonna, hit my horizontal row later on today and hit flat barbell chest press tomorrow. So I'm, feeling quite confident. So after that, I did some single leg, heavy leg curl. 5 reps for my left leg, 4 reps for my right leg because my left leg is weaker. And I did 3 sets of 5 on the leg extension machine at 190 because I was running out of time and didn't want to get a parking ticket. So that was that ended up being pretty very successful. Seditionalist did ask a question that I peeked at before, asking about the New Year's resolutioners. And I think that's an excellent topic. And the reason why I didn't have a theme for today's show is that I didn't really have a theme. But the seditionalist, that's a really great question. And I really want everybody watching, to really hear what I have to say here. Okay. There's a lot of issues with our society where we've got a lot of different things that kind of hold us back from achieving the things that we want to achieve. And I know that a lot of people start to think, the calendar is going to change. I'm going to change. I want to tell you guys that the pressure to change can work against your ability to change. The harder you try to be something other than what you are, it could be your work ethic, it could be your attention to detail, it could be, your health and wellness, the whole bit, whatever motivates you to take care of yourself, I'm going to support you. Here on this channel, whatever you want to do to improve your life, I want to support you. But I do want...
Cheesecake.
That's the opposite of what I'm talking about right now.
But
do you want to give them the disembodied hand? Okay, cool.
Cheesecake motivates me.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry about that, folks. I want to let you guys know that I know that there's a lot of pressure to change your life, to improve your life. But I want to let you know that the chances that you are going to undo months or years of inactivity, a sedentary lifestyle, the chances that you are going to just snap a finger, just go to the gym and train 8 to 10 times a week like I do, or just 2 times a week like most people should, the chances are pretty low, because your brain wants to do what it's normally used to doing. So there was a time where I just didn't train for months and months and months because that's what I was used to doing. I was used to watching YouTube all day or playing Call of Duty or whatever it was. But now I'm in a place where I've just gotten so used to training every day that when I don't train, I feel like a fish out of water. So it being a habit is a really, really huge thing. And so one of the feedback loops that I've witnessed working with people in my time as a personal trainer is that people will go sedentary for months on end. In January, they will hit the gym. They will spend 30 to 90 minutes in the gym. They run their body into the ground. Their body gives them a disproportionate negative systemic reaction. And they're like, wow, that really hurt. I'm not doing that again. And then they go back to living the same lifestyle that they was. And, you know, maybe some guy will take a healthcare CEO off the census and they find out that he's got 6-pack abs and now they want to train. I've actually have a personal training client that has a girlfriend who was swooning over Luigi Mangione. And now he's like, okay, I care what my abs look like now. She really likes the way his abs look. People are going to have their motivations for why they want to get into the gym and train. But whatever your motivation is, it is really important that you understand that your body likes, all of us are creatures of habit. If you go into the gym trying to undo months or years of inactivity, you are going to get a very painful physical reaction that your body's going to give you to discourage you from doing anything like that ever again. That's important. Your body doesn't want to have that kind of stress on it because your body has deemed that kind of stress not necessary for your survival, and your body cares really only about your survival. And for most of us creatures on planet Earth, a thick layer of fat is preferred by our bodies. You know, our bodies want us to get fat. Our bodies do not want us to be ripped. So for a bunch of different health reasons. So I want you guys to be I want you guys to kind of temper your approach if you're one of these people that is thinking that you're going to change your life and do a complete 180 in January. Please keep your first workouts to 20 minutes or less, preferably 15. The reason why is because you kind of have to ease your body. You can't just go 0 to 100. Like if you buy a sports car, because like I've had this sports car now almost 3 years. Sadly, I have to give it back to BMW, but you know, one of the things that they tell you, you know, don't rev the engine, don't redline it, don't drive at certain speeds, don't take it to the track for like, you know, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500. Sometimes certain automakers will tell you, you know, don't go crazy until you've put like 2,500 or 3,000 miles on the vehicle. You know, you've got engine parts that are not used to the stress, and you could shorten the life of the engine simply by too hard before it's got a real chance to kind of work itself into, you know, race conditions, so to speak. Your body is more important to warm it up. So, you know, if you haven't been active in a long time, please be easy the first 3 or 4 weeks of your training. You will thank me later. I would probably say your first week of training, 15 minutes a piece. Your second week of training, you could bump it up to like maybe 20. Third week, bump it up to 25. Fourth week, you're kind of, getting into it. Your body is kind of learning how to deal with the soreness. So the DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, will subside over time, and then you'll have just regular muscle soreness, and then you'll be ready to plan out what you want to improve about your body, and then ramp up in different ways. You can focus on the body parts that look good, that you want to improve the appearance of if you want to, or you can go the full body approach and be balanced. You can do any of that, but you just want to make sure that you don't stress yourself out too much, especially when you're first starting. All right, that's the biggest piece of advice that I can give you as somebody who has struggled to develop the discipline to train, and somebody who will sometimes spend too long in the gym. Like I was explaining earlier, I did get sick from overtraining last week, and that was my second time in 2024 getting sick from overtraining. So there's got to be some balance to it. Now, what Traditionalist was really asking about is, will I be annoyed at the influx of people in the gym who are, getting started? The answer is no, but there's a but to that. You're going into a communal area where there's a certain population of people that's used to being there every day. So if you're used to being, let's say, on public transportation and it's not crowded, and then there's an event in your city and there's a pileup on the bus or the train that you're normally used to having a lot of space in, that kind of anxiety that you have when that happens, gym goers experience that too. However, you deserve to be in that space the same as the person that's been in there. Do you have to give up a machine because somebody more experienced or regular than you wants to use it? No. Is it a good idea to be cognizant of the need for other people to use machines that you've only got a subscription to gain access to, not ownership over? That's important. If you are a person that is not very experienced, you're really not confident in what you're doing, do not hesitate to ask for help from either a trainer, an employee in the gym, or somebody that is really experienced, and you will know how experienced they are by what they look like. Right? Now, for the men, do not approach any woman in the gym, not even to ask for help. I cannot stress that enough. Do not do it. It is not a safe thing for you to do. If you are a guy in really any state of physical fitness or, lack of fitness, it is a bad idea to approach a woman in the gym to ask for help, not because she's not knowledgeable, but because the chances that you will get a negative reaction are very high. Very high. I do not recommend chancing it. Don't stare at her too long. Don't look for too long. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Doesn't make you a bad guy, but the chances that she will get uncomfortable and maybe you might end up on the internet for all the wrong reasons, it's just don't do it. If there is a dude that looks like he's been in the gym consistently for years and years, ask that guy. Most of the guys in the gym are affable. Most of the guys are super duper nice. And I will tell you that most of the women are, you know, pretty nice people. However, it's not worth the risk to catch one of those that will be offended by your approach. If you're a woman in the gym, you can approach anybody and ask for help. But if you're a man, it is usually not a good idea to approach a woman really to say anything. I do not recommend it. And that's because of the risk to you, not necessarily saying that she doesn't know what she's doing. If you see a woman who is fit in the gym, she worked hard for it. Best believe that. She knows what she's doing, or she is working with a coach that knows what they're doing. Yeah, if you're a guy, ask the guys for help. Unless the woman is an employee of the gym. If she's an employee, like a trainer or whatever, ask her for help on how to do things, but don't make it weird. Don't, stare at her for too long. Don't do it. Wow, you're really thirsty, guy. You're really thirsty in the bus lane. You're in the bus lane, doofus. Goodness gracious, good God Almighty. I love driving in New York, but some of the people I drive around, it's like, you're really dumb and you're really thirsty for no reason. But anyway, be mindful that other people need to use the machines. Don't put yourself in weird situations. If you find yourself staring at the stickers on the machine for more than 15 seconds, look around and ask somebody that looks like they know what they're doing. Ask them for help. Don't mess around. When it comes to barbell bench press, do not engage in it without a spotter. A lot of you guys with your ego want to, prove that you're just as big and strong as somebody else. It ain't worth it. Ask somebody to spot you on all dangerous lifts. If you've never deadlifted before, buy personal training. I cannot stress that enough. If you've never deadlifted before, buy personal training. Don't mess around. I don't need to hear when you come to me after you destroy your back, oh, I can't deadlift because, it's bad for the back. No, you didn't know what you were doing. You're bad for your back. So, first things first, people. Take it slow in the beginning. Take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. If you haven't trained in months or in years, 15 minutes your first week of training. 15 minutes maximum. That also goes for cardio. 15 minutes. That's it. Second week, 20, maybe 25 minutes. Third week, 25, maybe 30 minutes. Damn, I wanted that spot, but I'll take the one in front. By the fourth week, you might be ready for, 45 minute, 50 minute. And for, people that haven't really trained like that in the first place, you're going to see crazy gains if you stick with it. But if you try too hard in the beginning, you won't stick with it. And that's the danger that you run into. Right? Just don't overdo it, folks. Second thing, be mindful of the people around you. Again, I cannot stress this enough. When you go in the places that are unusually crowded, there's a stress response. recognize that you're a tourist in the gym until you become regular. And people everywhere around the world are not very friendly to tourists right now. Does that make sense? If you are just starting out again after months or years, you're a tourist, and the locals, the regulars, are going to have a stress response. So be a little bit easy. Be mindful of the people around you. Understand that you're kind of in their space, but you have every right to be there because you've paid for a membership. And the other thing, if you don't know what you're doing, ask for help. You are trying to manipulate the only human body that you will ever have. Until Ghost in the Shell standalone complex becomes reality, before Cyberpunk becomes a reality, you will not get a prosthetic body. If you mess up your body, you're not getting another one. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't mess around. Ask people for help or buy personal training. You don't have to buy personal training from me. Buy personal training from somebody that understands biomechanics, kinesiology. For the men, bodybuilding / hypertrophy, strength and conditioning. For the ladies, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, figure it out and talk to a professional about it. If you don't want to buy personal training, stay away from the deadlift. I don't care how many videos on YouTube that you watch, your ability to understand how to perform the movement rather than just mimicking it is not going to be very good. You actually need to get cues from a professional, because once your lower back goes, the chances that you're going to recover from it are very low. And it is debilitating for life, throughout everyday life. Don't mess around. Ask somebody that knows what they're doing. If you are a man, avoid asking for assistance from women who are not employees. Don't go up to random women in the gym asking them anything. There's a fairly significant chance that you're going to be outed as some kind of creep or something like that. It's not worth it. And it doesn't matter if you're acting like a creep or not. If they perceive you to be that, well, that's the scarlet letter you're going to wear. Don't chance it. Don't risk it. If you do ask for female employees, assistance, don't stare. Don't check her out. Even if she's really attractive, which the probability is going to be very high. Act like you've seen a woman before. Don't act stupid. And again, you know, there's a lot that you can gain from training. That's basically what Genius Take the Wheel is about. Every time you see me in this car, which won't be for too much longer, I'm sad. Unless you guys want to buy personal training, then I'll keep this car. But, or you see me in the other car. I'm coming home from the gym, from a leg day. And I worked really, really hard. And I understand the value of it. Not just from what my body looks like, but from the strength, the stability, and the work ethic that I've been looking to improve since I was a kid. Never really had the strongest work ethic. And now I'm in a place where I am better able to buckle down and go away from the traps of instant gratification and understand the value of doing the thing that's difficult because it's difficult, and then worry about the perceived benefits I stand to gain from it. Worry about that later. So there's a lot of different ways that you can improve your life, especially, you know, we're in the winter season now. Seasonal affective disorder is hitting all of us to varying degrees. There's less sunlight if you're in the upper hemisphere. I'm not talking to you people in Australia or South Africa. I'm talking about the people at which, nighttime starts at 4 o'clock in the PM. Training does help a lot with the lack of vitamin D, pause, the lack of sunlight, the cold, which kind of, for a lot of us, including myself, it kind of tries to influence me to move less, not more. And, I end up really feeling better about myself. So I think that a lot of you can get a lot of that same benefit. And yeah, that's really all I got to give to you guys on that. Let me look at Seditionless comments here. He tells me never skip upper body day. Well, I had to chill out. He says, good job for pushing yourself without overdoing it and knowing your limits. Not funny destroying your body when you don't recognize those limits. Yeah, well, let's say Mrs. Evil has been pretty critical of me lately because of my perceived inability to actually regulate. We human beings, we don't do balance very well. So we'll either do nothing or try to do too much of everything. And the results are usually not good when you go to the extremes. So I would have rather trained yesterday, but I did not train because I thought I was going to get sick and lose 2 or 3 more days. So I will hit my horizontal pull work today, and then I'm going to hit the bench press tomorrow and see how it goes. 495 is pretty insane when you put it into perspective. That's 3 average size adults, men, or 2 Americans. The leg press is a little bit easier to move heavy weight than, let's say, a deadlift or a squat. You're on a track. Your body doesn't really move. You're basically just moving at the hip and the knee joint, specifically trying to hit the quad. So when you're in a leg press machine, a lot of the stability is done for you. So it's easier to go heavier on for a weight that heavy. Like, I can't squat 495, but I can leg press 495. So before, I couldn't leg press 225. But, I started slow. I was very methodical. And I worked my way up. And then I started working my way up too quickly. And then I degraded my quadriceps tendon. That was very painful. And now my body's kind of letting me know I can be aggressive, but letting me know the limits of that aggression. So, being back to 495 on the leg press feels good. My next time out will be 4 sets of 3 or 5 sets of 3. Then I will transition from sets of 3 to 5. So it'll be 3 sets of 5, 4 sets of 5, 5 sets of 5 before I go up in weight. When I go up in weight, I'll either go to 515 or 545. 545 was where I was, I believe, when I got hurt. But my quad is recovering, better. And so we'll see. Once I get back to that level, I'll know for sure how healthy my quad tendon is. But right now I'm feeling very stable. I feel pretty strong. And on Thursday, when I go and hit the hack squat, I'm supposed to hit sets of 3. I might go to 5 sets of 3 if I'm feeling good. If my legs are still kind of, unhappy about today, I'll just keep it to 4 sets of 3. Then when I get out of that, I'll be trying to hit that 5x5. And then once I've hit that, I'll either go to 295 or 315. Just like I did on Sunday. I hit 4 sets of 3 at 365 on the deadlift. That was so hard. The reps 1 through 9 were okay. 10 through 12, good God. That's why I didn't do the upper body work after the deadlift. I squatted first, then I deadlifted. I'm just going home. So yeah, don't get it confused. Somebody, there are guys out there who will, like professional strongmen will squat 800 pounds, but they'll leg press, 2,200 pounds. Like the leg press and the squat may look the same, but they're not the same. It's on video. That makes it legal. The editing work is for free. Oh yeah, that was in response to why the disembodied hand should hit the like button. And you should too. Thank you. Then quiters or quitters won't live the same exact life as before after quitting. I guess you mean quitting. They'll add the self-perceived logic that they're absolutely right for quitting entirely and should not try again ever. Yeah, I mean, there are some people that go through that. I think that's most people.
Wow, that's super close.
Well, he doesn't have a choice because he's got to let the other traffic go by. It's kind of a narrow block. See? He's trying to do that thing where you can get out of people's way. Seditionalist also goes on to say, did BMW also tell you to not take a New York City pothole or speed bump the first 3,000 miles or the shocks might pop out? The problems that I've had has not been with the suspension. The problem has been with the rims and the tires. And let me tell you, the repairs on that. So there are times where I will slow down before I reach a bumpy part in the road and guys will honk behind me. They're super mad or what have you. Listen, I'm sorry. I have to slow down. I'm not paying $1,200 for one wheel and tire. Even the repair on the wheels is expensive if you choose not to get the rims replaced. So I'm going to slow down. I'm going to take, take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. Like Stewie Griffin says. Sedition says, I'm only annoyed at the fact that the horde thinks that it has to wait until January and then quits within 2 months. I look at it like this, right? From a practitioner standpoint, I'm here to help people adopt it as a lifestyle, right? So if you guys want, online coaching, I'll sell it to you. If you guys want to train with me in person here in New York, I will meet with you. I will bend over backwards to meet your schedule where you need it. So for a lot of people in the industry, it's a positive thing. But for most random gym goers, they don't, a lot of them might, feel like, oh man, now I got to wait for a machine, and they might be annoyed. But if they see you around 3 months later and you've stuck around for the whole 3 months, people will appreciate you. They will welcome you. Just, sometimes you just need to share the machine. Hey, can I work in with you? Hey, how many sets do you have left? Hey, while we're working in together, can you show me how to use this properly? That kind of thing. Most gym goers are people who are used to being disrespected, so they went and got swole to counteract it. A lot of these guys have been ignored by women, so they're going in there to get jacked so they won't be ignored by women. A lot of people in the gym are nice people with insecurities. That's one of the things you'll learn. A lot of nice people with low self-esteem in some cases. Even the guys that are like 240 pounds solid. Some of those guys used to be 300 something pounds, very much not solid. Some of those guys used to be 140 pounds, very not solid. They had to work to get to where they're at. So don't get too intimidated. Don't be afraid of the guys. Just ask for help. Most guys will be like happy to. I'm happiest in the gym when I'm helping somebody in the gym, whether they're paying me or not. That's when I'm happiest. I'm an anti-social person, but I am a social lifter. Anything that I can give to you of value that can help you get closer to your goals, man, it makes me happy. It makes me happy. And that is the attitude of most gym goers everywhere. Even when I went to Germany, the people were not very like affable, I would say. They still shared machines. You know, if you actually engage in them in conversation, they'll say something to you. They find out you're American. They want to know everything. Oh shit, you're from New York? Oh yeah, I got to know everything, you know? So, you know, don't be afraid to go to the gym in January. The hope is that you don't just show up in January, that you're still there in July, in October. Oh, there goes my client. And that you know, keep on keeping on. That's what we want to see. Keep on keeping on. Questions, comments, concerns concerning this topic, the New Year's resolutioners, put it in the comment section down below. I'll change the title to reflect that this is what we talked about today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.